Hey guys, welcome back. Mystar here for another reading for you guys, tarot reading, and I wanted to as well, as usual, I want to bring in the awareness of the current moon right now. We're just coming out of Saggy moon, so we're in the cusp of the Capricorn and Sagittarius moon. So Saggy is like expansive, and when it's in the moon, it's the emotions, it's the way you react and how you feel. It's the internal world that everyone's in. So everything in the internal is going to be expanded in for good or for bad, for better or for worse. Depends on the individual and what kind of seeds you've planted. Worry about that later. So what's it called? Um, yeah, depending on the individual and the seeds that you've planted will depend on how you are going to be faring during this time. What are you going to be expanding into? Or you could be escaping out of something too. You could be escaping out of some negative situation, some negative thing that you have just um, maybe unknowingly you've planted bad seeds in the past. So now you're escaping out of those constructs that you've created for yourself from the mental to the physical. So, and also we're moving into Capricorn. So Capricorn's all about your status, what you're known for, your career, how you're seen, or what could ultimately become your career. So when it comes to being in the cusp, you blend those two energies together. So it'll be like Sagittarius energy, but filtered through Capricorn. So it's some form of expansion or expanding into something or escaping out of something. And then it's in relation or it'll be filtered through your status, your career, what you're known for, etc. So, oh my gosh, did not realize my nose was running. Anyways, what's it called? Your status and what you're known for. So yeah, we'll be expanding. You'll be either expanding into a new status or escaping out of an old status or way of being seen for yourself, or expanding into a new career or something that could become your career eventually later on down the line. So yeah, this is the kind of energy that we're in right now. And then once we fully go into Capricorn moon, it'll be all about what you're known for, your status, um, in you know a few different ways. Based on the sun, it'll be showing how that's filtered. But I want to save that for another video and just get into the tarot cards at the moment. So, but yeah, depending on the sun, it'll determine how we experience that energy. Like, what does that energy look like? What does our status look like? What kind of things or what kind of actions will you be taking towards this kind of status, or what kind of yeah. Anyways, let's get straight into the reading, love. So I want to pull some cards. I don't want to keep this too long, so I'll keep it as like a collective, general collective, as well. What's it called? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you haven't read the description, so yeah, let's get straight into it, love. What is the energy that everyone's in during this time? The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. So it's like a reflective kind of energy. Of people are reflecting on something, looking back on something, reflecting on either their emotions or the things that they're connected to, because water's connection. And then the Ace of Wands. So you're reflecting on some kind of passion or some kind of action, some kind of fire, maybe imagination, or the way that you've expressed something is what people are going to be reflecting on, whether good or bad. And then the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is like an abundant kind of energy, I'm pretty sure. It's like the abundance when you've accumulated a whole different space, because once you get to the nine, that's like you've gone through a whole bunch of different experiences and you've learned stuff. Ninth house, Sagittarius energy. So you've gone through all those experiences when it comes to the Pentacles, and then you're coming out of that experience as well, where you've gained all this wisdom and knowledge. So now you've got an abundant mindset, or you're able to reflect on things and look at the abundance or the benefits from what you've done or what you've expressed when you reflect on certain things. So you're able to like bring out like a sense of positivity or abundance or light to the situations that you get from your life, and you're able to look at them from more of a perspective where you're actually abundant or looking at the benefits of the situation. And then the Nine of Pentacles as well. Yeah, so like you'll transmute, make that situation to look like, when you're reflecting, you're looking, transmuting and making that situation to look more like the Knight of Pentacles, more like a positive thing coming towards you, more like a situation that actually helps you to grow and expand your situation and shit like that. So that's the kind of energy you guys are in during this time. So that's a really, really positive energy right there. Let's move into what you guys could work on. So the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords in reverse. So what's it called? You could work on overthinking or like dwelling or overthinking on the past. So there might be something you need to let go of, some kind of thoughts you need to put death to, because there's crows in the Knight of Swords card as well right here. So like putting death to some kind of concept, putting death to some kind of idea, allowing it to fall, allowing yourself to let go of that thing. That would be something that you guys should work on. The cards are popping out very quickly too, so I feel like you guys are in more of a quick energy. You're more determined. You're more like when you get up in the morning, you have like this go-getter kind of energy. So whoever this collective is, like, resonate a lot. A lot of the cards resonate with me right now, actually. So the world, the world card, because I was also talking about what you need to work on. Actually, let me just pull another up. Let me just repull the card, because I was focused on something else, and I want to focus on my intention of my question while I'm shuffling. Put that energy in it, you know? So the Wheel of Fortune. So you could work on your ability to be able to see fortune or the fortunate situations in your life as well. So extracting or transmuting or changing your perspective of what you're looking at. Because as well, the Wheel of Fortune here, this card is especially, it kind of looks like a kaleidoscope. So it's like turning that kaleidoscope to see the pattern of what you want to see, you know, like it'll to fit the puzzle piece that you want it to fit in, rather than to like what your initial reaction might be, because that's not always like right. You know, don't get me wrong, when it comes to your intuition, your initial reaction may be right in certain times, but that'll come with discernment of your own path, and you know how well you can trust your own intuition. But at the same time, if you know it's a trigger or something that will tick you off, just turning that wheel of fortune and switching it so that you're able to see, oh, actually, this is actually working for me, rather than seeing it like, because at the end of the day, the universe is really not working for you or against you. The universe is just working through you. We're all just expressing our own individuality through that. So if you can see it from that perspective, then you control what you allow the universe to put through you. So if you allow the universe to keep putting bullshit through you, you know, you're going to constantly keep seeing bullshit. But if you allow the universe to see constantly put, you know, positivity through you, even if you know, this is not saying, oh, you can't react negatively. Yeah, get frustrated for that moment, you know, get angry for that moment, allow yourself to feel whatever you need to feel to get that off your chest, but don't dwell on it, don't hold on to it, don't, you know, don't maintain that space constantly. So, yeah. And then we have the Ten of Cups as well, celebration. So celebration and gratitude, those are the kind of energies that the Ten of Cups reminds me of as well. Like, so having that gratefulness, having that emotion, like just allowing yourself to feel and be in the presence of that positive energy of whatever you're trying to think of, and then that'll help to manifest more of that too. And no, and um, always have that balance too. Like sometimes equilibrium and balance is also good. And then also keep in mind as well, the higher you go, the harder you fall. Like this is like gravity kind of concept or whatever the fuck. But when it's coming to spirituality, it applies too in its own way, where it's, if you constantly striving higher and higher and higher, keep in mind you're always going to come back down, you know? So the higher you go, the harder you'll fall. And if you allow yourself to go too high, then you might crash and fall into a point where, it might be a little bit harsh for you. Not saying you can't handle that, because at the end of the day, whatever life throws your way, you always can handle that. Otherwise, I don't believe that you would be going through a situation like that in order for you to be able to gain the lessons from it. So there's some kind of lesson or some kind of thing that you can handle within that situation in order for you to be going through that. And, not to freaking disregard the victim either, but it's just all about the mind, guys. It's all about the mind. So if you can just change your thought pattern, change your thought process, and shift that kaleidoscope, then you'll be able to get back into a better space for yourself. So if you keep getting lost into the distractions of the world and keep getting stuck and stagnant with the Hierophant here, like, you know, instead of being consistent, you're being stagnant, and you're letting the world get you stuck into your tracks. You're letting the physical reality of the structures around you let you get fixated into something. But instead of using that energy or doing that, you can switch it into consistency. And when you switch it to consistency, you stay consistent with whatever goal, whatever thing that you fixate on that helps you to gain some form of stability and security. This is all Taurus energy right now that I'm talking about. I'm breaking down the Hierophant. So when you stick to that consistency, then you're able to gain that stability and security with it, because those come with the Taurus energy. And when you act in the role of a certain energy, you act in that character. So you will be able to manifest and draw towards you whatever that character puts out, and portray. So if you act in the role of being stable and secure, if you act in the role of being consistent at something, then you'll be able to manifest more stable and secure situations for yourself. So act in the role, play in the character, love it. Shout out to Dollar to Parliament. He's always talking about characters and breaking down. He's talking about everything, really. If you want to learn everything about the world, everything about everything, then go to his channel. He's literally the best YouTuber, like, no joke. I don't care. So, actually, I didn't have an attention. I was just freaking getting distracted there with my own thoughts, my own concepts, my own lights, my own Lucifers. So messages and guidance for how you guys can be in more alignment. One card popped out literally before I even finished. King of Swords, guys. King of Swords. And the Two of Swords. So you guys could be a little bit more decisive and a little bit more strategic about the way that you guys go about things during this time to be in more alignment. So and when it comes to Capricorn, relating that back to the Capricorn and the Sagittarius, like being more decisive about the kind of paths you want to take in order to develop a certain status for yourself, like what resonates with your path, what resonates with you to help you to grow and expand your spirit to the next level that you want to go in. And it's not about trying to be something that you're not. What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Who are you? When you get into that and you stop thinking about the outside world, the outside concepts, the outside swords, the outside ideas, and just hone in on to what is your King of Swords? What swords do you uphold? What ideas, what concepts do you uphold for yourself? And then you'll be able to gain more direction for your path. What kind of ideas do you resonate with? What kind of ideas don't you resonate with? So then you'll be able to mentally cut out whatever concepts and whatever ideas you don't resonate with, and that's how you can like clean your slate, clean your energy, and kind of unbreak certain ties that you may have with certain energies and concepts. And then you'll be able to gain more clarity as well with the Two of Swords, because you're clearing your mind, you're clearing your space of all the things that don't resonate with your space. Because if it doesn't resonate, you already know, your intuition tells you. there's no point in sitting there ignoring, what your intuition's telling you. At the end of the day, you know what resonates and what doesn't resonate with your space. And that's based on your likes and your dislikes. And it's not about making people be something that they're not. At the end of the day, it's about you realigning with the things that you know you should be aligned with. And then your people will reveal themselves to you anyway, because you'll be able to mentally connect with them on a deeper level. So yeah. Any messages or guidance for how you guys can be in more alignment again? Like any one more card maybe? Actually, I might move on to the Moonology deck. Ugh. The Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is... I'm pretty sure the Five of Wands is something to do with like conflict and stuff like that, or power struggles or power conflicts. So you may have like some kind of internal conflict going on with yourself, and like there may be something that you're struggling with internally, like fighting with a certain emotion, and that goes back to the indecisiveness too. So that's definitely a conflict in itself. So yeah, when it comes to your indecisiveness, that conflict that you have within yourself is one of the root causes of that. So allowing yourself to gain or win over in that conflict will help you to gain more clarity and decisiveness as well. Because you may be battling between, oh, I want to do this, but like this certain thought and this certain concept. Like here, because I was trying to pull a card as well on more clarity on this card as well. So what's it called? When it comes to the conflict that you're having within yourself, this is like battling to whether or not you're good enough for something, or whether or not you're actually worth doing something. And at the end of the day, you have to remember too, a lot of the seeds that you may have planted in the past may be showing you that, or coming into fruition to show you, oh, actually you're not good enough, or blah, blah, blah. Just keep in mind that the more that you give into that, the more you're manifesting that too. So keep in mind of what you've thought in the past, the concepts that you've buried yourself into. Maybe in the past you've constantly thought that you weren't good enough. Maybe you've constantly gone through concepts where you feel like you're not worth something. So in order to break through that, and then in order to kill those seeds and like make sure that they don't grow back, pull them straight out from the root, you literally have to face certain situations that will show you of the confirmation of what you've been telling yourself, because you're battling your own internal, your mental realm. So in order to overcome that battle, you sometimes need to face that literal thing that may show you, oh, actually, no, it's this way. Or actually, no, yeah, you were right all along. You aren't good enough. But remember, you've planted that seed from the past. So if you keep that in mind and always know, okay, actually, I'm just battling my internal realm. I'm just battling some negative seeds that are planted from my past. And once I overcome this, everything's perfectly fine. It's not about whether or not you're being punished or whether or not you're doing a good or a bad thing. It's what kind of seeds you planted for yourself, and how much willpower, how much strength can you utilize to overcome those negative seeds, to overcome those negative ideas, to plant new ones, to allow yourself to put new crops, new soil, fresh new soil. That's like you tilling the soil. Every time you keep on fighting that new thought, that new concept with that old concept that you were so stuck in the past, that's like tilling your soil. And the more that you till your soil, your mental soil, then you'll be able to have, like more fruitful land. You'll be able to have more nutrients in your soil for your soil to be able to grow and stuff like that. So if you keep on tilling your soil, keep on fighting that new thought with that old thought, instead of thinking that you aren't good enough, remember, or instead of thinking that you aren't good enough, thinking that you are good enough, striving for that new concept, even though, you may feel like kind of weird inside at first, you may feel like this is the true. And so many situations may show you so many concepts and physical realities, well, physical situations might condense for you to be able to be like, yeah, actually, no, yeah, it's true. But at the end of the day, the more willpower, the more strength you have to be like, no, actually, even though this physical reality situation is showing me this may be true, I'm choosing to gain the strength, use my faith, belief, and imagination, my three superpowers, Bish, and use that as my strength to push to the next level of what I want to see for myself, push to the next level of who I see myself to be. Because at the end of the day, if you can do that mentally, then you'll be able to see it physically in your reality, and that's when you're really being able to manifest real shit into your reality instead of just focusing on, you know, what kind of negative shit that you've already been focusing on for however long. Completely forgot about this thing. Oh, I don't really want to do that because everything, my whole setup's gonna fall down. So just wasn't meant to be for this video, I guess. So yeah, your hard work is paying off. So as well, like that battle, that conflict that you're going on, like yeah, it's saying that your hard work is paying off. Whatever conflict that you're having internally, you're slowly building up to that point where you are able to relieve yourself of that conflict. And then it says nothing will come of this situation. To me, I don't see that as like a bad thing. I see that as like nothing will come of this situation to the point where you're able to you will be able to get to that point where you're able to not see that situation. You're able to look at it like it's no thing, you know? You're able to treat it like it's no thing in your reality. So your hard work will be able to pay off to the point where you will be able to look at that and be like, yeah, this is nothing. I don't need to worry about this situation. I've got this in the bag kind of thing. I'm able to make these decisions. You'll have that more direction. You'll have that more conviction within yourself because you know how to do that mental witchcraft on yourself instead of letting the world, or not even the world, instead of letting your thoughts and your concepts or your reflection from yourself that you've projected out into your reality to experience your world. You're like, no, actually, I'm changing my world. I'm shifting my reality. I'm turning that kaleidoscope, like I was saying before. And then you'll be able to be like, yeah, now you're shifting your reality. Sorry, guys. Apologies if the audio is a bit crap as well because my audio was really good when I first started out, but for some reason something's been a bit off about the audio. So sorry about that. I do have a microphone. I'll just need to suss out my like this adapter because I don't have an adapter for my phone to be able to connect the microphone to. So yeah. Any messages or guidance for what you guys should separate from, bro? Actually, I kind of already said that, didn't I? Like what you guys need to work on. That's kind of like what you should separate from, right? So yeah, I think I'll just move on to any messages or what are we gonna say for the collective to be able to round up the reading, I reckon. A new start is coming. Yep, cool. So you guys are jumping into a new start, a new beginning. So, you know, have that faith, have that conviction for yourself to be able to follow through. And then you'll be able to complete the actions because it's all about the mental at the end of the day. If you can mentally convince yourself, if you can mentally put yourself in that space and be able to feel confident and to be able to overcome whatever conflicts you have internally, then that's the first step, you know, and then everything else or your actions will follow suit because you've already completed that first part of the equation, and then everything else has to follow suit because everything condenses from the mental to the physical. Sorry about that, guys. It might become like a little bit of a joke that I'm saying that. I can so see it. I might stop saying that actually, because low key, it's like I can see the freaking videos. Even myself, I would probably do that shit, like making videos and like everything condensed from the mental to the physical would just like show how many times you've actually said it. Emotions are running high. Yeah, emotions are running high during this time, guys. Oh, perfect timing. My phone needs to charge. Emotions are running high during this time, so make sure that you guys keep that in mind. because we're still coming out of that Saggy moon. We're still in the cusp. Once we get into Capricorn moon, is a little bit less emotional, a little bit less expansive when it comes to the way that you feel. So that'll be a little bit more easy for you guys to be able to do. But yeah, anyways, for you guys, what's it called? I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, time, wherever you are. And I don't really like that peace sign. It's like wholeness, love, you know, like that shit, whatever. Not like on the eye, like those motherfuckers, but yeah. Anyways, well, I mean, I'm not here to hate, not call people motherfuckers, but yeah, not like those peoples. Anyways, laters, guys. Mystar out. If I can find the end button. There we go.